Coming up, other side of the break, another big story out of Minnesota, Transdolls. This school district out there, very liberal, plans on implementing taxpayer-funded dolls with removable genitalia. I kid you not. Plus, one school board chair is battling to keep track of the kids who are here illegally, to make sure kids who are here legally are getting the best education. Seems like a reasonable plan. America first, right? Well, Sarasota County School Board member Bridget Ziegler in the great state of Florida says it's not so easy. She joins me live next. All right, welcome back to your briefing on Tim Walz's Crazy Minnesota. Controversial new classroom tool sparking even more debate out there, transgender educational tools to be specific. They will be distributed to teachers, counselors, and health providers this fall. The dolls include interchangeable clothing, accessories, and even genitalia. I kid you not. Designed to, they say, help children explore gender identity. Why in the world do we want to lead them to explore that? Co-host of Wake Up America Weekend on Newsmax, Kenzie Beach is here with the details. Kenzie?
It's hard to believe these dolls are being introduced to children as young as 4 years old. These transgender dolls, they started at the University of Minnesota through a taxpayer-funded research program. It's one of many pro-transgender funded programs in the state of Minnesota by Governor Tim Walz. Now, these dolls, they're called My Gender Dolls. Each doll made with interchangeable parts. The genitalia on these dolls can be removed and swapped from doll to doll, as well as their hairstyle and clothes. The website even shows a male doll wearing a dress. The company says they're designed for kids ages 4 to 10 years old. The dolls were intentionally given gender-neutral names: Sam, Rory, and Avery. The company calls it a new play-based therapeutic approach for trans and gender-diverse children and the clinicians who support them, saying they make gender fun. They also claim to be community-informed, research-driven, culturally attuned, and grounded in gender-affirming clinical practice. The dolls, they were developed using taxpayer dollars through the University of Minnesota's Early Innovation Fund. And now, Michelle Tafoya is vying for the GOP Senate seat in Minnesota. She's calling out Democrats, demanding a line be drawn to protect children.
These sick and demented politicians are trying to target your children with this ideology at younger and younger ages, and they're not even trying to hide it. There is no reason a child should be playing with swappable genitalia, thanks to radical Democrats who are hell-bent on destroying our values and distorting our priorities.
These dolls are only being made available to what the website calls professionals that support trans and gender diverse children. So the only people that can purchase these right now are school counselors, teachers, and pediatricians. The website mentions nothing about parents being a part of this process. Reporting in New York for Newsmax, I'm Kenzie Beach.
Wait, what? So parents are not involved? Unbelievable. Joining me now live for reaction to this and a whole lot more, Sarasota County School Board member in the free state of Florida, Bridget Ziegler. Bridget, always good to see you. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. Good to hear you. I wish we were talking about something completely different because that is absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah, we're going to get to another important story about illegal immigration and how it's impacting our schools, particularly where you are on the west coast of Florida. But first, what's your reaction to that? As a parent, as somebody who's on a school board in Florida, I mean, this seems outrageous.
It is outrageous. And I think the part that's so concerning is that stories like this have been coming out for, I've been working on it for a decade, and it is alarming, but I hope that people are not normalizing it or desensitizing to it. It enrages me. It should enrage every person across the country, whether you are in Minnesota or you're in Florida or California or wherever. They're going after our children on things that are very harmful, and these are impressionable young minds. And I can't believe this is still a topic, even today, after all the work that's been done in the last 5 or so years. So It's very disappointing.
You're so right, since so many people believe that this is a form of grooming. Let's move to what's going on in the free state of Florida and what we asked you to come on and talk about. Your school board passed a resolution pledging full cooperation with ICE. That seems positive. While the measure warns staff against obstructing immigration enforcement, it does not change federal privacy laws or authorize the routine collection of student immigration status. Tell us why this is a problem, because I've looked into this and I've talked to some teachers who say that, like I know of a situation in Tampa, not too far from where you are, where a teacher told me that one year she had, let's say, 20 students, and the next year all of these illegal immigrant families moved into town, and suddenly she had 30 or 40 students, and many of them were illegal. And they weren't able to keep track of that, and all of a sudden the kids who were here legally weren't getting the attention they got the previous year. What's going on?
Well, there's so many buckets here. And so first and foremost, I think the most important part is, as a school board member, you take an oath as a fiduciary to do what's best with taxpayer dollars for American citizens. And there's no question, during the Biden administration, we saw millions flood the border, but that had a huge impact on our classrooms. And I will tell you, teachers that I know, they all educate any child that's in their classrooms. But there are incredible challenges and there are resource issues. But at the end of it, the key issue is that there is a 1982 Supreme Court ruling called Plyler versus DOE that prohibits school board members from identifying or tracking any kind of immigration status. So we aren't even able to understand the financial impact of illegal immigration as it comes to public schools. And it has, and for me, when I started to ask the question, immediately you're called racist, but it's my responsibility and every other school board member who takes that oath to be a fiduciary of taxpayer dollars. And it has real consequences, as you just noted, in the classroom. Yeah,
and I want to be clear, you make some great points, many, but one being the teacher I spoke to is the wife of a friend, and she said certainly she wasn't racist. She taught the students of illegal immigrants, it's not their fault if they're 9 years old or something. They're dragged here by their parents. But so what can we do about it? Because people are watching this saying, you're a school board member, you have power, and you seem powerless sometimes. What can we do?
So I had a teacher bring it to my attention as we saw a surge, and this is back in 2024. I brought it up at a workshop, and as was noted, it was immediately shut down, saying we can't do that, and you're noted as racist. But we can do something. I know that there's legislation that certainly can be passed. I think Texas is working on it. I'd like to see Florida continue to work on it. Congress needs to codify serious immigration reform, but there's also the most immediate element that can be done is to rescind the Dear Colleague letter from the Department of Education that ultimately says we can track. We're not going to prohibit their ability to go into our schools, but we've got to be able to track what the impact and the financial impact is to taxpayers when we have these open border policies. Otherwise, people will continue to see this surge. We'll continue to see problems and resources be stretched.
Unbelievable. Bridget Ziegler, she's on the Sarasota County School Board there in the great free state of Florida. We'll have you back soon. Great story. Thank you.